This video is sponsored by Segway. Mowing your lawn is a weekend thief. It's sweaty, noisy, and somehow you still end up with ragged stripes. Now, picture this. You open an app, tap start, and that entire patch of green starts taking care of itself. No wires, no frustrating GPS dance, no supervision. This is the Segway Navimow X350, covering up to a football field and a half of grass quietly, accurately, and without you sweating in the sun. Now, I've used half a dozen robot mowers on my yard over the past year, and the X350 is the first that stripes an acre plus and still weaves through tight spots without getting stuck and needing me to go rescue it when I see a notification on my phone. So here's the plan. We'll unbox it, we'll push it through some checkpoints like cut quality, virtual fencing, obstacle dodging, and battery stamina to see if it really earns that set it and forget it badge, ultimately determining if it's worth it. If you want to check out the Segway Navimow X350 for yourself, I will have a link down in the description below. Now, let's start with the unboxing. Inside the box, you get the full kit to go from opening to mowing in about 10 minutes. The Navimow X350 mower body itself comes with 6 razor sharp blades pre-installed. You also get the RTK reference antenna and a telescoping pole for centimeter level accuracy. There's the charging dock with a low voltage brick and a weather tight cable since you'll be setting this up outdoors. You also have ground stakes and alignment template, spare blade set, cleaning brush, and hex key. There's a quick start guide with a big QR code that shoots you directly into an app store to download the Navimow app. So every critical piece you need arrives in the box, and the fact that they even give you replacement blades to keep you up and running in the future is a nice touch. One thing that's not in the box is you can actually have a second antenna on your property to increase the coverage, since this thing has such a long-lasting battery and can cover such a large amount of area. So a slick unboxing is great, but it means nothing if the cut still looks patchy. So let's see what those 6 blades can really do. As I said, the X350 has a spinning disc with 6 blades that delivers a 14-inch cutting path, which might not sound massive, but paired with its route optimization and pace, again, it slices through up to 1.5 acres in a single day. That's nearly double the performance of most wire-free robot mowers in its class. The cut pattern is designed for precision. The mower defaults to a parallel stripe method that gives your yard a professional, almost sports field-like finish. But coverage isn't the only thing we care about, there's also consistency. And the Navimow algorithm constantly analyzes the terrain and adjusts its mowing path in real time. If it detects an uneven patch or blades of missed grass, it doubles back without instruction. No random zigzags, no missed corners. You're just getting a clean, methodical pass every time. You end up with a lawn that looks more curated than just cut. Edge handling is another area where the X350 stands out. While a lot of robot mowers avoid the edges and leave a perimeter you have to touch up manually, this one pushes right to the boundaries. It uses onboard sensors to calculate whether it can safely reach and trim near walls, fences, and flower beds without damaging the blade or the surroundings. And the result is tight, crisp borders without needing to bring out a separate trimmer. I've used other robot mowers where I had to define where the flower beds were so it wouldn't like creep into those areas or areas underneath trees. The Navimow does have that option where you can do that same defining, but I didn't have to do that because when it drove up to where the trees were, for example, a tree line, it just stopped and turned around. Terrain-wise, the X350 can handle slopes up to 27 degrees thanks to its 10-inch drive wheels outfitted with a traction control system. That's enough to confidently cover rolling lawns or yards with dips and uneven elevation without getting stuck or chewing up the turf. So whether your lawn is flat, sloped like mine, or full of decorative contours, the mower just doesn't flinch. And all that precision means nothing if the mower gets lost in your yard. So here's how it builds an invisible fence to make sure that doesn't happen. Segway calls this navigation stack EFLS 3.0. It blends RTK, V-SLAM, and VO sensors to create a virtual fence that stays locked even under trees or next to the house. You walk the mower around once with the app guiding you, and it memorizes the boundary that you set, and you're done. Again, no buried wire, no spinning calibration disc in the driveway. On my yard, the first mapping pass finished in about 15 minutes. Again, way faster than other mowers simply because this one has so much power, it just drives faster. It didn't have to take a slow route, and I never had to repeat anything. So it's great, it knows the borders, but what about the soccer ball your kid left behind or your dog? That's where obstacle awareness comes in with the upgraded VisionFence. It's a 300-degree camera array that identifies more than 200 object types in real time, from lawn furniture to wandering pets. When the mower sees an obstacle, it slows, detours, and then slips right back into its straight line pattern without leaving a random bald spot. So parents, dog owners, and garden statue collectors can all breathe easy. And yes, dodging lawn furniture is cool, but can it keep going without you nursing the battery? Does it have the endurance that it advertises? Segway rates runtime at roughly 200 minutes per charge, which gives you enough juice to cover large lawns without micromanagement. The system monitors battery level constantly, and when it drops to around 20%, the mower will just quietly return back to its dock. Charging takes about an hour, and once it's full again, it just goes and picks up exactly where it left off. There's no reprogramming, it doesn't forget what it mowed, and you don't have to manually go back and restart it. So you've got the battery maintenance that's smart, but the X350 also has weather intelligence baked in. So if rain is in the forecast or starts mid-run, the mower will automatically pause its mowing schedule, dock itself, and then wait out the weather. That means no soggy grass clumps and no damage to the lawn from driving over wet patches. Once conditions are dry again, it resumes like nothing happened. And while it's running, you'll barely notice. I was actually texting some friends who also have the same mower to ask, was mine okay? Because this thing operates at just 60 decibels, which is about as loud as a countertop dishwasher. I thought there was something wrong with it because compared to other robot mowers, this thing is almost silent. It's quiet enough to run early in the morning or late at night or even overnight without bothering the neighbors or your own sleep. And it does have an option to continue mowing even at nighttime thanks to having built-in headlights. So combined with its self-parking and auto-resume features, this is a mower that's not just smart, it's also polite. Now obviously solid stamina is impressive, but wait until you see the other smarts this thing has. You can control the X350 with your voice through Alexa or Google Assistant, and there is built-in GPS theft protection with lift alarms and even a hidden bay for an AirTag if you want backup tracking. For a bit of flair, there's a lawn art feature in the app. Segway calls it the Doodle Library, that lets you lay down preset patterns if you want to flex on your neighbors. And looking ahead, the expansion bay on the back will support add-ons like a clip-on trimmer and a fertilizer spreader, turning the X350 into more than just a mower. The expansion bay with Open API is not officially available just yet, and the add-ons are possible options later provided by Navimow. Everything runs through the Navimow app, where you set mowing zones, schedule routines, adjust blade height, and customize the edge behavior all from your phone. So wire-free setup, Acre level runtime, and go anywhere navigation. That's the X350's triple threat. Robot mowers have promised wire-free perfection for years, but the X350 is the first one that I've used that felt ready for a real yard straight out of the crate. Accurate mapping, solid obstacle brains, and enough runtime to cover a big suburban plot without manual babysitting. If your weekends are booked and your grass keeps growing, the Navimow X350 hands that time straight back to you. If you want to check it out for yourself, I will have a link down in the description below. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support. I'm Andru, and I will catch you in the next video.